We'll start off just showing you a few different calls. Like say a tree yelp. A tree yelp is just a really soft yelp that you do like a turkey does early in the morning. I've sat right underneath hens in a tree and you're looking up and you didn't realize you was sitting right underneath them, and at that point you're wishing that you had a camera so you could video that part of it. But she'll start off really soft. As you very first wake up, it's kind of like an under the breath type a little yelp like this. So that's just a real soft, what I call under the breath. They're just barely putting a note out there, like she's almost not even hardly opening up her mouth, and she's doing those little bitty clucks. As she wakes up, she might get a little bit louder, and I still call this kind of a tree yelp, but it's just a little higher pitch where she's actually opening her mouth and starting to reach out and trying to get a response from another bird. So what she's doing at that point, she's starting to open her mouth, getting just a touch louder, just a little higher pitched where other birds can hear. And then she gets ready to fly down. And when a turkey flies down, what they're going to do is they're going to cluck. And they're going to start clucking, and I think they get a little bit nervous because they're looking down at the ground, okay? They're looking down there and they're trying to see if there's any predators. They have to have a clear path. They don't want to run into any trees. I mean, I actually seen a photo, a friend of mine, Denny Golvis, sent me one time that a gobbler had actually, I don't know if he was flying down or he flew in the dark or whatever he did, something that spooked him, I'm going to say, and he got hung up with his neck in the fork of a tree. And that's right where he died at. So in my opinion, it's all about survival. They want to make sure they get on the ground safely in the morning, so they're clucking and they're looking all the time. And that's what you want to put into your call, just like a real turkey. Okay, so then when you fly down, you want that explosion off of the limb and the hen actually going to the ground. So then she flies all the way down. You can hear that as she explodes off that limb. She got nervous and then she exploded off that limb, went all the way to the ground. And once she gets on the ground, to me, I like to start doing just some plain yelps, okay? All I'm doing at that point in time is trying to get everybody else maybe to come down out of those trees and come in there with me and try to get that gobbler lured in to me. If the gobbler gets to gobbling at me, then I want to do maybe some excited yelping. So I want to start cutting and get a little bit louder and get more aggressive and more demanding that gobbler's coming to me, okay? So basically, when you start doing that, it can be considered as scolding or demanding that you want that gobbler to come on down and get right there into you. Another thing you can do is maybe some lost calls, a kiki run. I was in Kansas one time and had hens, like 6 or 7 hens in a field one time. One bird started doing a kiki run and all the other hens went running to her. So what did I do? I started doing a kiki run, drew those hens into me, and by the time the gobblers hit the field, now I've got my decoys and all these hens standing right in front of me and they come running. Now kiki run is your basic yelp, just like you've been yelping all along, but then you want to put more pressure with your tongue up on those reeds and try to get that higher pitch without any rasping it. Try to get that high pitched whistle like a young bird. One way I do that is with the blue cutter is I try to put enough pressure in those reeds with the middle of my tongue to stop that top reed from fluttering. I get over on the bottom 2 reeds at the 3 reed call. So I get on the bottom 2 reeds and then that's where I get that high pitched whistle out of it, bringing my tongue back over flat and allowing that top reed to start to flutter again. I put the yelp at the end of it.